We know that Warren Buffett recently invested $500 million into a Bitcoin-friendly bank earlier this month. But even then, there were some skeptics who said that he still isn't pro-Bitcoin. But something happened today that is going to change everything, and it could prove to be really bullish for Dogecoin. Let's talk about it. Hello guys, and welcome back to Crypto Fire, where we talk about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency, and investing. Before we go any further, please keep in mind that we're giving away $100 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment on your favorite cryptocurrency. Read our description for more info about it. Now, let's get started with today's video. So, if you remember, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway invested $500 million in the parent firm of Nubank earlier this month. He did this after publicly calling Bitcoin rat poison squared a few years ago. So his investment in a Bitcoin-friendly bank was a big deal. But then some people were still skeptical about his intentions. After all, it was all still speculation because we didn't hear anything huge related to crypto from Nubank after his investment. But now, we finally have. So Nubank is now rolling out a Bitcoin ETF in partnership with QR Capital. Now this is interesting because Goldman Sachs invested in Nubank too, lending them $50 million in 2016. Let's talk a little bit about why this matters so much. So this is the first Bitcoin ETF ever that has launched in Latin America, and it debuted on the Brazilian stock exchange. This one is particularly appealing since it provides 100% exposure to Bitcoin in a booming Latin American market. It also promises to make Bitcoin exposure easier for institutions and enterprises. Now there are a number of reasons why large institutions and even retail investors would prefer Bitcoin ETFs over investing directly into it. So basically, Bitcoin ETFs have shown to be really effective. The Purpose Group Bitcoin ETF, which was Canada's first Bitcoin ETF, has witnessed significant growth by amassing almost $1 billion in Bitcoin. Rasain Katamen, a World Economic Forum participant, commented on the attraction of Bitcoin ETFs, noting that, now there will be another option for investing in Bitcoin in a regulated environment. Another reason an ETF is reasonable is that it acts like cold storage for Bitcoin and isn't just a paper claim to Bitcoin like Bitcoin futures. So by investing in an ETF, you are putting genuine Bitcoin into your portfolio. And with this, all the followers of the most successful investor of the world can finally see that he's pro-Bitcoin. We can see why he chose to invest in an ETF-friendly bank too. Now let's talk about the skeptics for a minute. In a recent survey by JP Morgan, 49% of the institutional investors said that they think Bitcoin is rat poison. Now, this coincided with Warren Buffett's initial views about Bitcoin. And so, I think, with this we could see a lot of funds coming from huge institutions coming into Bitcoin and Doge. Now, this is really surprising also because the United States SEC is not too excited about ETFs right now. So the United States SEC has rejected filing after filing from companies marketing ETFs. There are now over 7 registrations from various firms trying to offer ETF in the U.S. stock market. Recently, it rejected an ETF offering from Valkyrie Digital Assets. The SEC said it extended the 45-day window to make a decision, which was due to expire June 26. And the SEC delayed another judgment on the Van Eck Bitcoin Trust for a second time, requesting them to answer questions about market manipulation. And another application by WisdomTree was delayed on June 2. So I think, with this, they could definitely reconsider pretty soon. In any case, the arrival of Bitcoin ETFs in U.S. markets in the near future may substantially ease huge institutions' access to Bitcoin. Now, let's talk about Dogecoin whales for a minute. Due to the recent market crash, the wealthiest Dogecoin whale had a whopping $18 billion wiped out from his holdings. When Dogecoin peaked at 74 cents on May 8, the wealthiest Dogecoin wallet was worth a staggering $25 billion. And right now, the price of Dogecoin is hovering at 24 cents, and the holdings of this whale has dropped down to $8.4 billion. Now that's something to be really worried about. But still, this whale isn't selling any of his holdings. So I find this really fascinating that the whales and institutions are still bullish on Doge. And I think there are reasons to be optimistic about it. This article talks about the 8 incredible reasons why Dogecoin is going to rise from here. Before we go through them, I'd like to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. You should do proper research before investing anything into cryptocurrencies. Now let's take a look at them. So first one is utility. We know that Dogecoin's utility is only increasing every day. The ability to utilize your Dogecoin for regular transactions will help its price rise over time. And its utility is going to increase because its transaction cost and speed is going to increase substantially with the next updates. The next one is accessibility. We know that Dogecoin has been officially listed by the leading U.S. crypto exchange Coinbase, making it available to its 50+ million customers. Then this article talks about Dogecoin DeFi. Basically, Doge holders will soon be able to lend their Doge and earn interest using automated internet lending protocols, which are referred to as decentralized finance. And the best one is the battle for space. We know that Elon Musk revealed SpaceX's intentions for the Doge 1 satellite mission, which would be fully sponsored by Doge. It talks about a lot of other reasons, but I hope you get the idea. Now let's talk about El Salvador for a minute and why I think they could look at Dogecoin soon. So last week, its president announced that El Salvador has no plans to adopt altcoins as legal tender. But this could change soon. So Charles Hoskinson said today that he's applied for a state visit to El Salvador to discuss the possibility of forming ties between Cardano and El Salvador. He also said that, "Yes, we have been in talks with some officials and parties in El Salvador, and I may do a state visit. I sent over all the documentation and requests for that, and if so, we'll meet the president, but it's basically going to be in their hands. So we'll get a better sense probably in the next 2 to 4 weeks where that sits." So basically, with this, El Salvador could finally think about considering altcoins as a payment method too. And when that happens, it won't be long before they start looking at Dogecoin, which is probably going to get better than Cardano soon. And there's another reason they could consider Dogecoin soon. Take a look at this. This article talks about how El Salvador has a Bitcoin fee problem. So yesterday, its president said that El Salvador will provide around $30 in Bitcoin to every resident who activates a new state-backed crypto wallet. It's a significant incentive in a country with a per capita income of around $4,000 per year. However, if you've been following Bitcoin stats in recent months, you might be skeptical about the number. The average cost for a single Bitcoin transaction is $6.7. A solution to this could be using the Strike app, which enables low-fee Bitcoin payments over the Lightning Network. Lightning is a Layer 2 solution built on top of and settled on the Bitcoin blockchain. It allows Bitcoin transactions for pennies on the dollar. But then another thing about Bitcoin is that high-fee transactions are prioritized, and it takes a couple of hours for lower-fee transactions to be accepted. Now we have to understand that people would want a faster and cheaper solution when it comes to crypto, and this is where Dogecoin could come in. We know that the Ethereum link is already on the way, which will make transactions way quicker. And with the next update, we'll also get 100 times cheaper transactions via Doge. So I think this is yet another reason they could look at Dogecoin soon. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye. Take care.